Are you tired of just struggling to find high quality leads for your coaching business? You're not alone. Okay. I've been there. It sucks. But in this video, I'm going to be showing you the 5 techniques that I've often leveraged to get my coaching business running and humming along. All right. The first strategy is also the most popular one: warm outreach and referrals. Basically, this means that you reach out to people that you already know, then you ask them to refer you to somebody who could benefit from your services. The beginning, it can be a little bit awkward because you might be trying to figure out, how can I ask them? When is the right time to ask them? And things like that. But don't worry. If you've delivered value to these people, they'll be more than happy to refer you to someone. But the trick here is to make sure that you are specific enough on who you want this referrer to connect you to. To get started with this, the first thing that you have to do is to craft a personalized and intentional DM that you can send to this person to ask for a referral. And make sure that you are specific about who you want to get connected to and what sort of value you would like to provide. The second idea is that of list exchanges. The idea here is very simple. You have an audience and somebody else has an audience that you want. You walk up to them and say, hey, we both have similar audiences. We both could benefit by getting in front of each other's audiences. So let's do that. You could write an email to my list and I could write an email to your list. We exchange that and boom, we have a mutually beneficial agreement and arrangement. Just be careful that when you're doing this, one, you don't sell out your customer, because remember, the customer comes first. And second, make sure that this sort of an arrangement is beneficial to both parties, you and the person that you're going to be working with. The first step that you need to do in this approach is to identify 5 people who have similar audiences. Once you've done that, figure out how could you possibly collaborate with them and execute that by starting a conversation with these people. The third idea is based on content. I love creating content. And the way you would use content to generate leads is very simple. You identify a painful and pressing problem that your audience has, and you create a piece of content around it. It could be a blog post, video, a podcast, whatever. You create that and then you publish it wherever your audience is, okay? Then whoever engages with that, you interact with them. You reply to their comments. You ask them follow-up questions. You establish a rapport. Now, a bunch of people, they will be responding and engaging with your stuff. Some of them are doing it because they want to support you, and others because they match your customer profile and they could benefit from your services. Find those people and start chatting with them in the DMs, that is private messages or direct messages. In that private conversation, you can age and ascend that relationship. You can build that rapport till finally you can lead up to a discovery call or make a proposal for what you have to sell. To get started with this approach, all you got to do is figure out what is the most important, pressing, painful problem that keeps your customer up at night and create a piece of content around it. Start engaging with those people and start generating leads for your business. The next idea is about co-creating an experience with somebody else who could benefit from access to your audience and vice versa. This is similar to the list exchange, but instead of creating an email list exchange, what you're doing here is together, you're creating an event, a webinar, perhaps a retreat or an office hour, whatever it is. Together you create an experience, and this becomes a lot more valuable than just a list exchange because an event is a high-touch experience. It's a lean-in kind of an experience compared to an email. And this can really, really, really make an impact on the people that you wish to influence, prospective customers. To implement this, all you got to do is first, figure out who you could potentially collaborate with, somebody who has the same audience as you. Second, dream up different ways that you can co-create an event or an experience together. Write that up as a proposal and start off a conversation with these people to execute this event. And the final point, the 5th point, is to start a daily email list. I know, you might be thinking, daily? Yes, daily. There are benefits to doing a weekly email list, and I won't go into that, but the benefits of doing a daily one is that you become a part of somebody else's routine. And speaking daily gives you more shots at goal. When you're sending out a daily email, you don't just have to send value bombs, right? You don't just have to always be teaching. You don't always have to be talking about the what, the how, and the why. You can talk about yourself. You can talk about stories. You can talk about personalities. You can talk about pretty much anything under the sun, as long as you can connect it to your core message and what you have to offer. Doing this helps your audience get to know you better, build a parasocial relationship with you, and in some cases, like mine, you get fan mail as well. To get started, check out the link below about the story segue sale method. It's an article that I've written that'll help you write daily emails using stories from your own life, turning your life into a massive soap opera that people can't just wait for the next episode of. To recap, you can reach out to someone and ask for an introduction. You can figure out somebody else who has the same audiences you have and engage in a list exchange. You can create content that appeals to your customer and build a relationship with those who engage with that content. You can co-create an experience with somebody else who has a similar audience. And finally, you can start a daily email list. Each of these 5 different techniques can help you generate more and more leads. But generating leads is just one part of the problem. What you need is that entire system, that entire business that's built around you. Luckily for you, I've made the video that should be popping up somewhere on the screen, as well as a link to below, which talks about how you can build a scalable business based on you. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love that one. I'll see you there.